This is Cyberpunk 2077 running on a 3.6 gigahertz Intel Core i9 9900K with 32 gigs of RAM and a 10 gig NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 video card. So this is with all the settings completely maxed out. I've got DLSS turned on the quality setting, which is basically the least amount of enhancement. And then I have all the settings turned at either their high, ultra high, or psycho settings, including the ray tracing settings all being turned all the way up. We are also running at 3840 by 1600. So what we're taking a look at today is I've been playing around with my new build with the 12900K and the 4090, but I think this is a more realistic build. I think a lot more people, now that these cards are fairly readily available, the 3080, 3070, I think this is a lot more in line with what your average normal gamer is going to have access to. And I wanted to take a look at just how close you can get this to maxed out. So we are running at 4K ultra wide, which is kind of, it's a little bit lower than full 4K, but it's quite a bit higher than 1440p. And it's definitely going to be a higher res than most people that are running these on any sort of, that's running this on any sort of budget is going to be running. Realistically, if you're on a 3080, you're probably going to be gaming at 1440. The only reason I upgraded to the 4090 was because I moved to this more 4K resolution. Oops, there I go flying. So it's for the most part playable, completely maxed out. The thing that most people are going to find is that the actual visual difference between completely maxed out and a few levels lower than that isn't really much, but this can get pretty close to all the way. There's just a few times when stuff gets a little dense. It is worth mentioning to everyone who thinks you need 60 plus. If you have a good video card like a 3080 and it's able to hold reasonably consistent frame rates, I find that that's not always the case. I find you can get sub 60 and look smooth. I mean, this looks good, and we're at just over 40, sometimes dropping into the high 30s. But so let's just do kind of a systematic dropping on the settings. Actually, let's do one other thing first. Let's take a look at what the frame rate difference that we'll get if we turn the DLSS up a little bit. Okay, so it's actually pretty good. Let's see if we can take an off ramp here and get into the city in a second and see how it looks in the kind of cooler areas. Definitely a little better. It doesn't look like it. I'm gonna say I don't know. Lowering the settings is gonna get you these numbers, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of visual difference between. Gosh darn it! Keep crashing. It doesn't look like there's a lot of visual difference between lowering the settings and raising the DLSS amount, so I don't know. Whichever one, visually looks pretty good. I would say anything into that high. There I go again. Anything into the high 40s, low 50s. Because keep in mind with this, you don't have the same constraints that you do with like a battle royale where you want the frame rate to get the most possible competitive advantage. You don't have that issue. Gosh, gosh darn it, that's not the way I wanted to go. Oh, maybe it is. No, I didn't want to go to Pacifica. Darn it. No Pacifica. You can really drive. I don't think you can really do much exploration in what would be downtown Pacifica. It's mostly not even. Oh, maybe. So now we're getting solid into the 50s, but all the settings are maxed out. So this might be the ideal way to go. Let's go find one of those little travel doohickeys. There's a travel doohickey. Oh, there isn't one. I mean, this looks really good. I actually was expecting. I was kind of expecting. I guess I've only played around really with extensively with the AMD FSR, which you can kind of see right there. A second ago, that's definitely noticeable. But I've only really played around with the FSR, so obviously it's a less advanced upscaling technology. So it as you increase the amount of upscaling strength, shall we say, the quality goes down, and it might be more dramatic. So let's get to downtown in Night City and take a look and see what we're getting. I don't even play this game for fun anymore. I really just play it for demo. It's kind of weird. I got into it for demo purposes, and then oops, I missed my thing. And then I started having fun, so I started playing it, and I played it through. I did like 2 or 3 playthroughs, and now I'm back to just playing it for demo again. I don't even have one. I guess I'm not really demoing with the stuff that I'm playing right now, because a lot of the stuff I'm playing right now is older stuff. I think the last one that I was really marathoning was Halo Master Chief. I haven't even made it through the first Halo yet, and I was going to play them consecutively from original Halo. I was going to play them consecutively from original Halo through, I think Halo Infinite was the last one. And it is worth noting that you do get higher frame rate when you're on foot. When it's trying to draw everything as it drives by you really fast, it definitely sucks a little more power just because it's trying to render all of that stuff moving by really fast. So that's definitely worth mentioning. Let's go a little deeper. Let's see here. Let's go over here. It's pretty clear. Let's I mean, clearly we're at playable frame rates. Let's lower or raise the DLSS strength just a little bit higher and see if it makes, because at the balanced it really doesn't. I guess that's kind of the point of a balanced setting, right? Okay, so let's change it one more time to. Okay, so we've got performance. I mean, that's. I know I'm always saying it doesn't make a difference. I'm not seeing it. I think that's pretty solid. Okay, so this would be my recommendation, especially if you end up finding yourself in the situation that I was in, where you have a reasonably powerful computer. And I will say to those who have complained that I was bottlenecking, they were right. The 3080 is going to give you, if you put this with something like a 12900K, you are going to get, because I did find that I gained the same amount of performance by, oh no! Aw, man! Now I gotta go swim somewhere. Swimming's slow. Let's see, do I have a ladder? We have a ladder over there. Sweet. Ooh, let's see the water effect. That looks pretty cool. So if you find yourself in the same situation I was in, where you had a solid rig already, something like, come on, I should be able to grab that. It won't let me grab the ladder. Gosh darn it. Let me grab the ladder. I guess I can't grab that ladder. This is going to be really suck if I have to swim over somewhere. Maybe this one will let me come up it. Again, so if you're in a situation like I was, where you had a solid gaming rig and you upgraded to a higher resolution monitor, and you just needed a little bit of a boost until you have a chance. You know, let's say you're on like a 27-inch 1440 165, and you end up upgrading to something like this, maybe a 4K ultra wide, or maybe like a standard 4K 165 or something like that. This would be a great way to cover yourself until you have a chance to upgrade to either a faster processor and that 4080 or 4090 you want, or a combination of, say, like a 4080 and like a 1290 or something like that. Anyway, I hope this gives you guys kind of an interesting idea of what level you actually need to run at and to look good at these higher setting levels, what kind of hardware you need and all that. And I hope you guys find this interesting and informative, and thanks for watching the video.